Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to tonight's episode of Love on the Line. I am your certified expert relationship coach, April A. Carter, and I am so happy that you are here with me tonight. Tonight, we're going to push through, y'all. As you can see, I'm wearing shades. Nothing to be disrespectful to you guys and gals that are on the live, but I'm having some eye issues today. I actually scratched my cornea, and it is so painful. But you know what? I still got to show up for you guys because I promise. So we are going to go into all of the fun. We're going to ask some questions. Well, you're going to ask the questions and I'm going to answer them. And let's just have some fun with it. So if you have any questions, definitely type them in the chat. If you want to be featured, go ahead and type that in the chat as well. Click on the link that is listed there. And I want you guys to be able to like, share, comment, and subscribe so you never miss a hot video with all of the details and all of the relationship help that you need. So come on in, come on in. Let's get started. Let me grab my trusty pen and paper because I do this for real, y'all. I'm not just spewing off things for you guys. I want you guys to be able to apply some of the methods that I teach you so that you can actually create the love life that you want and create the love life that you not only desire but deserve. What's up? Thank you for joining. Let me get in a little close. I told you I got these shades on, so bear with me. Thank y'all for joining. What's up, all things? What's up, girl? What's up? Thank you for being here. Do you have any questions? This is an organic type of forum, which means that the questions that are asked, the guests that come on, I don't really know what they're going to ask. So, it's just part of the game. I'm giving you the best answers based on not only my experience, but professional advice as well. I am a certified expert relationship coach. And what that means is that I've actually done the work to get you the results that you need. The answers that I give to you are not biased. The answers are based on a whole bunch of research and, just a little bit. My light's going out over here, but that's okay. We're going to push through. Let's see what's going on. Who do I have here today? Where are you from? Type it in the chat. Type it in the chat. Where are you calling from? Where are you watching from? Let me see if I could get my setup together. Because there's nothing worse than a bad video. Actually, what is worse than a bad video? Bad audio. So let's see, my YouTube people, where are you from? Thank you for watching. Any questions that I could get started with? Any questions? Hey, any questions? Any questions? Let's see who we have over here on YouTube. What's up, Wanda? Thank you for watching. You NYC. The Bronx is in the building. Okay. Wanda, do you have any questions that you want to ask? Any hot relationship questions as my assistant tries to get this all figured out for us? Any hot relationship questions that you have? If you guys don't have any questions, I'm just going to start sharing and teaching you some of the things that I know that you guys want the answer to. And I say guys a lot, so please don't come for me. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. Looks like we're working it out a little bit. There might just be a short in it, but that's okay. We're going to keep the party going. Okay. Any questions? Let's see. NYC. In the ATL, we got the A in the building. Here we go. We got the A. All right. I am April A. Carter, certified expert relationship coach. As you know, I am from the BX, the Bronx, New York. I lived in Florida, and now I am the Queen City because I am the queen. This is my crown, my fake crown. Queen City. So living in all these different places, one of the things that I hear a lot of that I have to correct people on is there's no men in the Bronx. There's no men in Manhattan. There's no men in Jacksonville. There's no men in Charlotte. And I'm here to tell y'all, live and direct, that's a lie, okay? I'm like that Michael Jackson meme. It's a lie. It's a lie. Don't believe it. None of it's true. None of it's true. None of it's true. All right, we got the A in the building. Okay, Charlotte SL from Charlotte. What's up? Listen, if you're in Charlotte, make sure you come out to some of the events that I host. I host women empowerment events, singles events, couples events. It's all about getting you together and building what? Those relationships. Anybody got any questions that I can answer for you? Anything that's off the top of the dome that has been, just on your spirit? Maybe you're in a relationship with somebody and You kind of feel like you're in that relationship by yourself. You want to know why he's taking these particular actions or why she's taking these particular actions. Put it in the chat. Tonight, it's all about you girls and guys, because we do not have any specific guests that are showing up tonight. Last week, we had two beautiful women. We had Penelope and Erica. And you know what? It was really empowering. They left with a lot of nuggets. So I want to be able to do the same thing for you. So we're not gonna worry about that light too much. Let's see if we could bring this one over just a tad. And I gotta tell y'all something. The light really agitates my eye, so I'm gonna do the best to just keep it on. Okay, so no questions. All right, who we got here? Okay, all right, so no questions. Let me tell y'all some of the top concerns that I get primarily from women. Some of the top concerns that I get from women, and it's always the same ones. And I know y'all ladies, I know you always want to, kind of feel like you don't have any issues in regards to relationships, but I'm going to always bring it back to you, because at the end of the day, the relationship is all about you. It's about three things. It's about who you choose, why you choose them, and why you stay in the relationship with that person. So one of the top questions that I get from single women, primarily single women, is where are all of the men? Everybody wants to know where are all of the men, right? I told you I lived in 3 different areas or 3 different states, and they always say that there's no men around. There are, okay? There are. All right, All Things says, hey, Tanja. All Things, Tanja says, I've been talking earlier about how women should have standards and stand on their. Let me post this in the chat. Let me post all of these things in the chat. I don't know what my assistant is doing, but I guess it's after hours. Okay, they're like, listen, not right now. Okay, I've been talking earlier about how women should have standards and stand on their boundaries when dating, and how they get nothing that they want when they don't stand on their boundaries. Yes. That is a good one, All Things, Tanja, especially because women don't even know where to start. You don't know what those boundaries should be, right? It's always the basic boundaries, like he got to have a car, he got to have money. Those are not boundaries. Those are requirements, and those are wants. So before we go into Tanja's question or Tanja's concern, is we have to make sure that we know that dating is all about you. I want you to be super selfish. Be super selfish when you're dating, right? Think about this person as a stranger. The person that you meet, the person that you're dating, they are a stranger to you. So why should you overly accommodate them and put your needs on the back end? You shouldn't. You should not do that. So when you're dating, when you're out here mixing and meeting and mingling and doing all those things, I want to make sure that you know that you have to stay true to yourself without being a rigid bitch, right? Go with the flow, ladies. Go with the flow. The person that you meet, that stranger, you're not going to marry them initially. So I want to make sure that you are actually understanding, first off, who you are as a woman, because a lot of us are out here just dating people that like us. So we like them back. And that's not the way to go. You can't just date somebody because they like you and you like them back. Anybody that's showing you attention may not be worthy of your attention. So you have to do a great job of evaluating that person. Do their boundaries, do they actually mess and match with who you are as a woman? Do they have similar core values as you? Are they spiritual? So sometimes we kind of give way to their expectations and their goals because we want them to align with us so badly. But when you look a little bit further, you realize I wasted a whole year with this guy and he wasn't even on my level. He wasn't on your level spiritually. He wasn't on your level financially. And he daggone sure wasn't on your level mentally. Okay? Come on. So we got to put ourselves first. Now, going back to my original stance, which was there are men all over the world. But it just depends on where you are looking, right? So I know nowadays everybody is all about the money. You want to meet a rich man and you want to date this but are you a rich bitch? Are you a rich dude's bitch? No. You're not. What that means is that if you are out mixing and mingling with a rich dude, somebody who's making millions. And I'm not just talking about somebody who has six figures, because let's be real, that's not a rich dude, okay? That's somebody that in this economy is barely making it. So I want to make sure that you know the standards that you are setting for yourself and make sure they match that person's type of fly, right? So a rich person is not going to be looking for a girl to date that is in the Walmarts, that is in the Home Goods, that is in any of these places. He's not. And that's just realistic. So when you are taking taking advice from some of your favorite YouTube stars and from your favorite social media gurus, I want to make sure that you know that if it doesn't apply, let it fly. What are the odds of you meeting somebody like that, right? So I want to bring you down a little bit. Yes, you will fly. Yes, you got it going on. Yes, you all of that. Yes, you make six figures or more. You might even be close to the $1 million mark, right? But by me telling you to bring it down a little bit, that is me telling you to be more realistic. Because the more realistic you are, the more you will accomplish your goals. The more realistic you are, the more aligned you will be with finding your most compatible companion. And your most compatible companion is somebody that is perfectly aligned for you. Notice I didn't say perfect, because there's no such thing as a perfect person. Some of you ladies are letting great men pass you by because you want them to be this particular type of way. And it's just not realistic. A lot of you don't realize that you have to cultivate, you have to nurture, you have to nourish a relationship in order for it to thrive. Okay, so I want to make sure you were doing that and make sure you understand that. All right, so all things says right, and every man you get, oh come on, let me post this. Right, and every man you get with, don't automatically look at him as your future husband. Exactly. Relax a little, enjoy time. Enjoy the time. Don't try to force it. Don't let multiple people, date multiple people until someone proves themselves right. Excuse me, y'all. I could read. I can't read. I got these shades on, which means I don't have on my glasses or my contacts. So thank you so much for your patience. What's up, Mo? Hey, thank you for being here. Mo, what you got to say? What you want to add to that conversation? Okay, six figures. Oh, all right, six figures on the struggle bus. Now I got Mo the closer with me. Mo could tell you all about the finances. She is a credit and finance guru. So she's seeing credit reports and she's seeing people who are flaunting and flossing on the gram, but in real life, they don't have it like that. Okay, so I want to make sure you understand that all that glitters is not gold when it comes to meeting these men. You also want to take into consideration, especially because I know my audience is 35 plus. Most of the women that I meet or talk to is 35 plus. At 35 plus, you should be less focused about what he's wearing and more focused about his health habits. Some of y'all are out here into men that don't even go to the dentist. Check it. When was the last time he or she went to the dentist? When was the last time they got their physical done? When was the last time they got checked for all these different things? What is their blood pressure? What is their cholesterol levels looking like? Let's talk about the real deal, y'all. You guys are getting so caught up in all of the fantasy of having a relationship that you're not looking at the real deal stuff that happens behind the scenes, right? So now you're at the age where you want to have a relationship with somebody. You are into dating. You are into traveling. But guess what? Your man is sickly. He can't go because he done had a diabetic situation. Okay, so when you are dating somebody, it's important that you ask the real questions. You need to be looking for a life partner, somebody that you can grow and thrive with. What's up, Grown Men Talking? What's up? Here goes one of my homeboys and partners right here, Grown Men Talking. And make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, and absolutely follow. Absolutely follow. I want to make sure that you never miss a hot topic, that you never miss a good conversation. Also on the line, I mentioned we have Grown Men Talking. He has an amazing show called Meet to Marry. And on his show, he has a similar vision as me, to get people together, not just for the companionship, but for long-term lasting love and commitment. So Meet to Marry airs, I believe it's every Sunday. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it airs every Sunday. And he also does filming right here in Charlotte. So if you're interested in being on the show and you want to meet somebody and get married, hit him up, go to his show. We'll put that in the chat. Okay, so now I know I keep saying I'm going back to the original, which was where to meet great companions at. The best place to meet Mogul the Closer says, let me put it in there. You're exactly right. Got to stop looking at money first. Lots of folks with luxury lifestyle have Dollar Tree money and life habits. Ooh, they do got life habits and not positive life habits, okay? One of the things, since we're talking about the Dollar Tree, one of the things I like to say is that, you looking for a man in Family Dollar, but that's not where you should be looking at. So what I mean by that is when you go to Family Dollar, sometimes it's crowded, it's cluttered, they got boxes everywhere. While yes, they may greet you, aka a man showing you attention, saying hello, he may greet you, all those things, but it's cluttered in there, it's dusty in there, it's an overflow of things, aka people, everybody wants the same type of thing, right? When you go over to Publix, it's nice, it's big, it's bright, everything is welcoming. Yes, you may pay a little bit more, but the quality is better. So you want a Publix type of man, but you're in shopping in Family Dollar. How do you expect to meet a high value or high quality, whatever the word is that you want to equate with, somebody who is a little bit or higher up in their stature or status, whatever word you use, right? How do you expect to attract that and get that type of love and receive that type of love if you are shopping in the wrong stores? Some of my women, you want to meet people, but you are not actually going to where those type of people are. I'm going to give you some knowledge. Write this down, a pen and paper. I want you to go over to meetup.com. Meetup.com. Like a lot of people may or may not know about meetup.com. So meetup.com. Questions. Exactly. Questions. What questions do y'all have? Let me post it here. Oh, every Sunday at 1 p.m. Okay, Meet to Marry is every Sunday at 1 p.m. And let me go over. We're going to add all of these things right here so you guys could get the link. And if you want to jump in on the show and be a featured guest, come in and ask your questions. Here it is. I posted it on the page as well. All right. Perfect. So one of the things I want you ladies to do, and guys, if you are on the line, I want you to go over to meetup.com. Meetup.com is a place where people gather. Like meetup.com has so many different types of groups for you to go to. A lot of people use it for fun things like skating or fun things like, sewing. I'm in a meetup group on there for sewers. I sew. People don't know that I sew, but I do sew. So I go to meetup groups for things like that, interests and hobbies. I actually have some of my singles events on there, couples events on there, because it's just a hub for events. It's similar to Eventbrite, but with the actual purpose. Now, when you go to meetup.com, hey, thank you for joining. Now, when you go to meetup.com, I don't want you to go for hobbies. I want you to go with intention. So your intention is going to give you the results that you want. A lot of you, when you are dating, do not have an intention. You're just aimlessly dating. It's kind of like being on a ship. If a ship has no direction, the ship will aimlessly float, never making its course to where it needs to be, which is a particular landmark. So you guys are like ships just floating in the night. Where is your destination? When you go to meetup.com, I want you to go to places where your ideal type of person is. So I want you to look for tech groups. These are groups that are going to have professional, I guess you could say men and women in a particular field. And tech is like computers and just all of those things, right? Engineers, all of those things. These type of people should pique your curiosity. Well, they may not all be, popping and savvy as far as, pop culture and all that goes, but a lot of them are marriage material people. These people have taken the time to hone in on their craft, which means that they've not only dedicated time to learning something, but they've also dedicated money. You need to be in the room with these type of people. You need to be in these type of places and spaces. I also want you to maybe try some new type of events as well. Go to some of these places and meetup groups that are different from what you would normally do. So let's say you normally like going to day parties. Don't go to meetup groups for day parties. Go to meetup groups where it's like book clubs. Book clubs, if my men are on the line, book clubs have a lot of women there. If you are a man and wanting to meet a different type of caliber of woman, join some of these meetup groups. A lot of these meetup groups are free, but they are very intentional. Think about your intention when you were trying to graduate from college. You had to follow certain steps to get that degree. You had to do certain things along the way to pass the test. Some of you keep taking the test expecting different results, but you keep failing it. You keep failing it. You keep failing. Every time somebody shows you some love or anything like that, you forget about everything that you learned from the last relationship. Stop doing that. I want to make sure that you are dating with intention. Okay, Wanda says, how to overcome small pet peeves about a partner that has majority of the qualities you're looking for, especially if they're a high quality partner. Well, Wanda, that's a good question, because a lot of us and I say a lot of us, I mean people in general, we let small pet peeves ruin a perfectly good thing. So I don't know if you ever heard of the 80-20 rule, right? So 80% is what that person may have. He has good qualities. He is great with finances. He is a loving son. He is a loving father if he has children. But we let that 20% get in the way. And that 20% maybe, just y'all know what y'all be doing sometimes. We have things that they don't like as well. That 20% maybe, oh, well, he snores a lot, or he picks his toes, or he doesn't pick up his clothes. Think about the bigger picture, right? Think about the overall picture. And I want you to understand that if that 20% is not a deal breaker, then it's something that you can compromise on. A deal breaker would be anything that will cause you to leave the relationship or even prevent you from entering that relationship. There's no way to get over it. There's no way to get over it. I'm going to tell you, as a married woman of 15 years the first time, and 6 years, 6 years the first time, and 20 years, 15 years the second time. So that's about 21 years. There's going to be something, okay? There's going to always be something. What I learned to do is just focus on the good in that person. For instance, one of those pet peeves that I have in my marriage is my husband does not put his things away. He does not put his things away. He leaves it all over. And I'm like, listen, Molly the maid is not here. So what I started doing for my peace of mind is I just scoot all his little stuff to one little area, and I say, forget it. Because nobody wants to have a mother figure in their relationship if you're not their mother. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to be nagged all of the time. It's like, why? Why are you bothering me? This is where I live too. So I just decided to leave his little area the way it is. And when it gets to be a certain point, he'll take care of it because he understands the situation. But as far as me continuing to harp on that man and tell him to pick his stuff up and do this and do that, I'm not doing it. And I just leave his area looking dusty. Yes, that's what I do. It's dusty, but what am I going to do? That's the type of person that he is. And I'm not going to let that come in our way of having a great relationship. Thank you. Thank you for the reminder. We got grown men talking. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the like button, hit the share button. So as far as pet peeves, you just have to overcome them and not focus so much on that. Think about the positives and not the negatives. The next thing that I want to teach you ladies is, anybody want to join and get in on the conversation? Who wants to join and get in on the conversation? Okay. Nobody, that's okay. The next thing that I want you ladies to know is that you are the most important person in the world. And my fellas, you are as well. You are the most important person in the world. What that means is that there is nobody better than you. Speak life into yourself. Now, people don't realize that a love coach is a life coach with an emphasis on love and relationships. So before I became a love coach, I had to take the course for being a life coach. A life coach is somebody that helps you reach your goals. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a licensed therapist. A therapist is somebody who allows you or helps you get over things of the past. They help you walk through some of those things so that you can be a better person. As a life coach and certified expert relationship coach, my job is to empower, inspire, and motivate you. Part of me doing that is to let you see how beautiful, how amazing you are. Why is this important, April? This is important because if you see and know and recognize how beautiful and how important you are, you would not take anything less when it comes to relationships. You would not take anything less when it comes to relationships. Ladies, with my high self-esteem, which is great, right? But sometimes you take that overboard and you see that, okay, well, he's not doing 9 out of the 10, he's not doing, 1 out of the 10 things. He's doing all 9, right? But he's not doing one of those things. And you're quick to cut somebody off. Do not do that. If it's not domestic violence, if it's not cheating, or if it's not one of your deal breakers, see if you can work with that partner. Because what I do not want you to do is be a woman who is 67, 70, 72, which I have worked with women in that age range. And at this point in the game, they've allowed 40 years to go by without companionship, knowing that it's something that they want. They've missed all of the fun that they could have been having because they were just so rigid in their ways. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Every Sunday at 1 p.m. is the Grown Man Conversation. Right. Publix, Whole Foods, all things Tanja says exactly. Publix, Whole Foods, Sprouts. Right. Spend a little. You got to do a little bit more to get a little bit more. And it's going to take action. It's going to take action. Hit the like button, subscribe. I keep forgetting, but Grown Men Talking, he got me covered. Thank you so much for saying that. Good advice. Yes, you are very, very welcome. So I want to make sure that you are absolutely being your best, because what I see in the dating world is low self-esteem. And I'm not talking about, look, some of the people that I meet or encounter are very beautiful women, very handsome men. But guess what? From the outside in, it looks okay. But from the inside out, it's shoddy. And that's why men are able to come in and actually cheat on you, and you take them back. You only know this man for what? 4 months? He cheats on you and you back all into him. And now 3 years later, now he's still cheating. Why? Because that is what you showed him. That is what you showed him. So many years ago, I was talking to a friend of mine, right? My friend was in this relationship where she had a husband that was always cheating on her. Always cheating, consistently cheating, to the point that he actually brought home an STD. And guess what? She was still with him. This friend received a gift from her husband. Now her boyfriend received a gift from her husband, and it was a jacket. It was a beautiful leather jacket, and she was so excited about the jacket. The jacket was amazing. It looked good. It cost a lot of money, but the only thing wrong with that jacket was it was too small. The jacket did not fit her. So that was, kind of like not a red flag, but a pink flag, because we've been married for so long and you don't know what size I wear. That means he doesn't care about you like that. He didn't put too much thought and effort into that. The second thing, and the most important thing, was that my friend wore the jacket anyway. She wore the jacket that was 2 sizes too small for her because she did not want to hurt her husband's feelings. So now it's a waste, right? Now, the point that I'm trying to make is she accepted anything that man gave her, including wearing a jacket that was too small for her. So in his mind, it was like, here, you take whatever I give you and be happy with it. So we got to look deeper into these actions. It's not just that the jacket was small. It was the fact that she showed him, you can give me anything and I'll be happy for it. A little piece of something. No. No. You deserve the world. You deserve everything, and you absolutely deserve to speak up for yourself to make him understand who you are and what you desire as a woman, okay? The relationships that last the longest require compromise and communication. So think about it as C and C, compromise and communication. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Okay, so now we got 25 more minutes left. So those are two things that I gave you. So I want you to go over to YouTube, click on it, and make sure you are telling your friends to join us live. Make sure you share. Make sure you share live, click, subscribe, all of those good things. The next thing I want to give you, the next advice that I want to give you is that, girl and guys, if they're on the line, if you're on the line, I know grown men is, but grown men talking, that's my boy Mingo. He is happily married. I don't know if we have any other men on the line who are not jumping in the chat, but that's okay. But ladies, I want you to know that at the end of the day, you still have to put you first, right? I'm happily married. I've been married for a long time. And sometimes as women, we tend to put others in front of us, whether it's your kids, whether it's your husband, whether it's your man, but you deserve to have that quality time and quality space as well. So I want to give you this WNDC method. This is going to help you whether you're in a relationship or not in a relationship. This is my signature method. So you might have heard me say this method before, and it's okay because I want to drill it in your head. Drill it in your head, drill in your head. The WNDC method, whether you're dating or whether you're in a relationship, is going to be a game changer for you. Write this down. The W in the WNDC method is your wants. Go to the YouTube page. Is your wants. What do you want in a relationship? If you are looking, if you're dating, what do you want from your prospective new partner, the person that you meet? What do you want him to do when he meets you? How do you want him to treat you? What are some of the things you want him to bring to the table? And yes, I said table. If you are already in a relationship, what are some of the things you want to change for the betterment of your relationship? What are some of those things? The N in the WNDC method is your needs. What do you need in a relationship? What do you need to feel whole and sustainable in your relationship? Do you need a family man? Because some of us, we think we want these certain things, but by the time we look up, it's too late, right? So let's go back to this money thing, because a lot of people want money. A lot of people, nobody wants to be poor, okay? What are you, poor? Nobody wants to be poor. But what we may not realize is that being a high achiever comes with limited time for the family. That means that man is going to always be working. That means that man is going to be traveling. That means that man is going to be at a lot of meetings. That means that man cannot be on the phone with you all day, FaceTiming and all of that. So what do you want? What do you need in a partner? If you are in a relationship already, what do you need from your existing partner to bring you guys back to where you used to be, back to where you see yourself, or to make your relationship better? The D is deal breakers. What are your deal breakers in a relationship? And think long and hard about it. Your deal breakers, again, are going to be something that will cause you to not even enter the relationship, or that will cause you to leave the relationship if you are in the relationship. Deal breakers are important because sometimes we think we have a deal breaker, but it's not really a deal breaker because why? You are too much into that person to let him go. No, stand on it. A great leader and a great person is somebody who can make decisions. Be decisive in your choices. Be decisive in your choices. If you notice that this person is wishy-washy and he's not committed to the times that he said he was going to call you or to the things that he said he was going to do for you, I want you to make a decision fast. Cut it off. And if you don't cut it off, then don't sit and squander about the repercussions, because you showed him, we're going back to that, how he should treat you. And he showed you. Dating and relationships, when you're starting out, it's like infancy, right? When you are an infant, or when you have an infant, They're just learning the world. They're learning not to touch the stove. They're learning all these things, although they may touch the stove, but now they have repercussions. So you are teaching him how to treat you as though he was an infant. When you stay in bad situations, he knows that, you know what? She's not going anywhere. I could treat her like XYZ. When you have a woman who's always just using you for your money, they know, well, all I got to do is, be nice to her or be nice to him, and she's going to give me the money. They know how to treat you to get what they want. I want to make sure that that is not you. I want to make sure that you are doing all of the things that you need to do to create the love life that you want. And then the last thing is C, your compromises. Everything is not about a deal breaker. But what are you willing to compromise on? Some of us want love and companionship, but guess what? We're not even willing to give up the remote. Are you ready to share the... Let's talk about it. Are you ready to share the remote? And yeah, you might have a couple of TVs, but I'm talking about when it's bedtime and your show is on and his show is on, and like, are you willing to share the remote? Are you willing to go to two different families' house for the holidays? Are you willing to put certain things aside for the betterment of the relationship? It's all about compromises and sacrifices. Compromises and sacrifices. So when you start your relationship, I want to make sure you know the best way to go through the relationship so that it doesn't end. And again, like my girl Tanja said, what she mentioned in the chat, not every relationship is for you to get married. You got to kiss a lot of frogs. You might have to kiss a lot of frogs. Yes, comment in the chat, reply to any responses. Talking to my assistant over there. Thank you so much, Miss Jessica. So comment in the chat. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I want to make sure that you are focusing on what's best for you. A lot of the YouTube videos that you're watching, a lot of the podcasts that you're listening to, they don't all apply to you. So take what's good and spit out the rest. Take what applies to you and spit out the rest. You have friends that are always in your ear about their bad relationship. You have single friends that are always complaining about being single. If you are around 9 bitter single women, guess what? I guarantee you will be the 10th. You will be the 10th. So you need to start being around people that have the same goals and desires as you, but have already met that requirement. So for instance, if you are looking to be a millionaire, you got to stop hanging out with people who are making $50,000 or $100,000. You need to start surrounding yourself with people that are already at where you aspire to be. If you are a single woman or a single man, get around some couples that still like each other, right? Because there are couples that are together, but they're only together for maybe financial reasons. They're only together just to say they're together. They're only together because they're in an open relationship and they can do whatever they want. Those are not the type of people that you want to be around. So in order to do better, you have to first realize where you stand and where you actually fall. Okay, so what else we got here? Okay. Any more questions? Let's get this popping. Any more questions? We should put this in the chat. Any more questions? All right, we got about 12 minutes left. Running my track. All right, so we got 12 minutes left. So with that next 12 minutes, I'm going to share with you one more method or one more thing that you can actually do. There you go. Chew the meat and spit out the bones. My man Mingo, he always gets me together. He knows exactly what I was trying to say. Chew the meat and spit out the bones. Everything is not for everybody. They have this one situation or one video going around right now where the lady is talking about she's ironing the side chick's clothes and making food and all that, which, by the way, is not a side chick. A side chick is somebody that you don't even know about. Okay? So do not confuse your desires and your wants with the way of the world. Okay? Because you can easily be convinced that something is acceptable because of the crowd that you are with. So do not be easily swayed. I want to make sure that you are actually doing everything that you can to be the best version of yourself in and out of a relationship. I know people who have been single for 20 plus years and maybe dated off and on, but have yet to find that somebody because they keep failing the test. They keep failing the test. They keep failing the test. So what are you going to do different in your relationship to give you the results that you desire? The first thing is to ask yourself honestly, what have I done to change my results? Specifically, what have you done to change your results? So what that means is, have you applied to any relationship coaching programs? Have you spoken with a therapist to remove some of your past relationship roadblocks? Have you hired a matchmaker? What are some of the things that you're doing? Are you going to counseling to help your existing relationship thrive? What are some of the things that you are doing? You have the action and the ability to change your relationship around. It's kind of like, you know somebody who's always complaining about money, but they've never done anything to change their life. What are you doing? What steps have you taken? I want you to treat your relationship journey as though you would treat one of your college classes or courses. When you fail a class, if you're smart enough, you go back and look at what you failed. What questions didn't you get right? What are you doing to make sure you get the next relationship correct? How are you choosing these men that you're dating? I mentioned earlier, a lot of us, well, I say a lot, but it's not me because I'm happily married, been married for over 15 years now, right? But some of you ladies are actually dating just to be dating. But what is your dating process like? What is your vetting process? How do you decide if the person that you're dating is going to be somebody that you should continue dating? See, you guys are letting desperation dictate your desires. Desperation should not be dictating your desires, right? So what that means is that, okay, you are so desperate that you for love or companionship that you are letting somebody that you know daggone well isn't a good fit for you into your space because you don't want to be alone. Do not be desperate. One thing I'm going to tell you about men and women, they smell desperation a mile away. They see it. Your friends see it too. And they may not have the heart to tell you, but I'm going to tell you because this is what I do. I told you I'm here to help you empower yourself, inspire yourself, and motivate yourself. And I'm going to do all three of those things. Now, I'm going to be, treating you with a little bit of kid gloves because I love you. And I really do. I love my people, which is one of the reasons why I became a certified relationship coach, because I want people to have the love and abundance that living a legacy brings. So it's not just about companionship. It's about building a legacy together with somebody. Two households, y'all know that two incomes are better than one, but it's not just about that. It's about the generations. Your kids are your legacy that you're leaving behind. What do your children see? Do they see a life of love between their parents? Do they see that two people working together can go to the top faster? Do they see their grandparents in love? All of these things shape the type of men that we have today, guys. Today. Okay? So a lot of the homes from the 70s and the 80s and even the 90s and still to this day, they were broken homes, which is why you see so many bitter red pill men. And my man Mingo taught me that term. These are men who are on those podcasts who are so angry about women thriving. It's because they are hurt. They have not done the work. So it's more than just you finding a man. It's about legacy for years to come. Better children come from two parent households. And when I say better, I mean holistically, right? You can be a product of a single parent household, me for the most part, right? And still thrive, but your community flourishes when two parents come together that still like and love each other. So it's all about building a life of love and legacy. If not for you, for your children or for your grandchildren. We got to get back to the basics. Do not get clouded with the superficial stuff. It's stupid. And I'm going to tell y'all something. My man doesn't like when I tell his business, but I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell it. He's not here. He probably won't log on either way anyway. But when I met my man, y'all, he was making $50,000. $50,000. Yep. I was making more than him. Because I was doing the work. I was all those things. Now, mind you, he was, well, not mind you, because I didn't tell you this before. And he was a supervisor, and he was really proud. On our first date, he came and picked me up. He looked so nice. He had on his shirt and his tie. So he had on his shirt and his tie, and he was so happy. He picked me up in his truck. It was a Yukon, and I was like, my man got a truck, blah, blah, blah. Which wasn't my man at that time. We were just dating, right? So he stopped at his job. And I'm like, why are we stopping here? He was so proud of his job. He was like, oh, I left something. I got to go in and grab it. You want to come in? So I'm like, okay. So I go and I'm like, I've been to a job before, but okay. So let me go and see. And he's like showing me everything. He's like showing me this. He's showing me that. He's like, look at this. He took me to his office. He's like, this is my own office. I'm like, okay, this is great. This is nice. But see, the problem with that is he thought I don't know what he thought, but I do know what he thought, because one of the things that he told me while we was dating, before we became, in a monogamous relationship, he told me that he was one of the smartest men that I ever knew. No, he said he was the smartest man that I knew. I'm like, first of all, I'm from New York City, mentored by the best. Okay. Men and women. A lot of the men that I worked for at that time was millionaires. So I'm like, you from Jacksonville, Florida? Like, okay, but no, you're not. And I told him that you was not, right? So when he's showing me these places, I'm like, oh, this dude must think I'm a bubblehead or something. Like, I don't care about an office. Everybody that I date has their own office. Okay. So I had to let him know that and bring him up to my level, because basically you down here. So I digress. Getting back to that. He was making $50,000, right? And he was so happy with his $50,000. And, we was dating on his $50,000. I ain't gonna front. We was dating on his $50,000, you know what I mean? But I'm like, there's so much more. So once I began to show interest and actually decide that, okay, we're gonna be a couple, we're gonna date, we're gonna do this thing, I started pouring into him. I started nurturing him. I started whispering sweet nothings in his ear, like, you could do it. I believe in you. Have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? Have you done this? Have you done now? Here's this opportunity. I think you should do this. I think you should do that. And now my man he's getting it. Okay. He's getting it enough for me to be like, okay, well, I'm just doing my own business on the sideline, right? And I don't work a full-time job. So me coaching is what I get my income from, right? And I'm not going to lie to y'all. As an entrepreneur, any entrepreneurs, motor closer, a lot of y'all know it's nothing like a guaranteed check. That's what I'm going to say, right? But anyway, the fact of the matter is that we have to nurture and pour into our loved ones. We have to pour into our spouse if you see potential, because nothing happens overnight. A lot of us just want to meet these guys and they automatically be millionaires. Some of them don't have the nurturing that they need to make it to that next level. Now, I don't want you to start at the bottom, because they do need a certain things, whatever's on your list, a car, a good job, or this. But most importantly, they have to have a growth mindset. A growth mindset can actually change the trajectory of your life, of his life as well. So if the person that you're dating does not have a growth mindset, don't expect much for them. Do not expect much from them, because they're only going to go to a certain area, a level, and they're going to plateau. So look out for some of those things, like a growth mindset when you are dating. 2 weeks ago, I did an event, and one of the questions that one of the ladies posed was, if I don't like the way that he dresses, but he's nice to me and all those other things, should I stay? You worrying about the wrong thing, sis. You worrying about what he wears. It's easy to change their clothes. It's easy for you to say, hey, baby, I like this type of look. Do you want to try it? That's easy. But if your man is doing a lot of the things that you want, a lot of the things that are on your list, and he's a 9 out of 10, or like Wanda said earlier, if he has pet peeves that you can actually work with that are not deal breakers, go for it. Anybody that you speak to, anybody that's married, anybody that's engaged, anybody that's on the line will tell you that their spouse or their mate is not 100%. And here's the gag. Neither are you. You're not 100% to them either, okay? So I know we like to think that, but we are not. So we down to 6 minutes. We got 6 minutes left. Thank y'all for joining me. Before I let everybody go, I want to tell you guys, well, any last minute questions? Any last minute questions? Answer the questions in the chat. Thank you so much. Any last minute questions before I let everybody go? All right. Perfect. Questions. There you go. So before I let you go, I want to tell you about all of the exciting things we got coming up. 2025 is your year to thrive. We are thriving in life and in love in 2025. Coming up in September, we have the 2025 Love Thrive Retreat for women. This is time to reset, relax, and enjoy yourself with other like-minded women. We will host different workshops. We have some amazing excursions planned, and we want you to leave the laptop at home. If you are a high ambitious and high achieving woman, then you know, like, even when you go on vacation, you bring in that laptop. Guilty. And it's not something that you're able to kind of like reset from. So I want you to leave the laptops at home and come and pour back into yourself. Nurture yourself. Be able to know that you are the prize. And this retreat is for any woman of any age, whether you're in a relationship or not in a relationship. This is going to be your time to get away September 18th through September 22nd, 2025. Give yourself the gift before 2025 is over. We're going to travel. We're going to have fun. We're going to see the world. It's not that serious. It's really not. Sometimes we make this life harder than we need to be. Give yourself grace. This is your first time being on this earth in this body. You've never done this before. It's okay. Relax, relate, and release at the 2025 Love Thrive. Now, the 2025 Love Thrive, to learn more, I'm going to tell you to go over to thrive.solongsingle.com. Y'all know my eye is jacked up. So let me type it in the chat. solongsingle.com. Go to thrive.solongsingle.com so that you can actually learn more about it. It's very affordable, and I made it really, really fun so that we can all have a good time of sisterhood and laughter. If you're in the Charlotte area, we have some dope events coming up for couples and singles. So every first Wednesday of the month, we have the Flirt After Work Professional Networking Mixer. We have decided to put this mixer together so that you can actually meet men and women who are on your level or at least close to it. Remember, some people want a little bit of nurturing, but if they have a growth mindset, it's a win. You got a growth mindset. You might meet somebody that could actually, well, you will meet a man that can actually pull you up and vice versa, because relationships need to be mutually beneficial. So I want to make sure that you know that there is something for you to look forward to as well. We're done doing all the teaching, ladies. We're done. That's exhausting, which is why I'm hosting the 2025 Love Thrive Retreat, because I want you to be poured into. You know that saying, fill your own cup? Yeah, I'm out fill it. We're going to go around and fill up everybody's cup. It's going to be a fun retreat with some partying as well, because it's not all about the zen. Sometimes it's about the turn up too, right? So the Flirt After Work Mixer, go to my event, aprilcarter.com/events to learn more about the Flirt After Work events. The events are only $15. It happens directly after work. Come out, mix, mingle, bring your business cards. It's an opportunity for you to share exactly what you do and allow other people to get to know you. Remember, I said it's all about being intentional. So I want you to be intentional with where and how you are meeting people. How are you meeting these men? How are you meeting these women? It's all about your intentions. And then another thing that we have coming up just for my couples. So once you flirt after work and you meet your man or you meet your woman, you're going to get to come over to the couple side. Now, the couples, we do it way big. We do it better because, I mean, we like each other. You with your man, you with your boo. It's just so much fun. We are going to have a wine tour and tasting. This is going to be so much fun. We rent a luxury bus. You park your car at the local destination. You jump on the luxury bus with us. We have some food, we have some snacks, we have some wine all of the way until we get to the vineyard. That way you don't have to worry about driving. We don't have to worry about any DUIs. You're going to have a fun, amazing time with other couples who still like and love each other, which is very, very important. No bitterness over here. Okay. So at this wine tour and tasting, it's going to be an opportunity to learn more about the wines. You're going to have a tour of the venue. You're going to listen to live music. We'll go out there for a few hours, maybe about 3 or 4 hours, and then you get back on a luxury bus, enjoy the AC, have some more, light hors d'oeuvres, and go back home with your man or your woman feeling renewed, with a sense of fun and urgency that you have met other people who can become your best friends, because we all need couple friends. So that is all the time that we have today. Thank you so much for joining. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I want to make sure that you know that you can follow me at The Relationship Lady. That's THEE Relationship Lady on Instagram. The Relationship Lady on all other platforms. Be sure to tell all your friends about it, and I will see you on the other side. Bye. Thank you for joining. I'm going to go lay down now. Get this eye together. See ya.